You know, your hair gets tired too. You know how we get tired and we just don't want to be bothered? Your hair can get tired too. And sometimes a lot of us, like I said, we're a little heavy-handed with the products, especially when it comes to the winter and fall months. But what I would say is less is more. Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. Hooty-hoo! To all my subbies and to all my newbies. And just in case you don't know what a newbie is, a newbie be anybody checking me out, maybe for the first time, maybe for the second, maybe for the third, honey. We don't even count around here. We really don't. I just want my subbies and my newbies to come on in, come on in, come on in. Well, today, honey, we are going over a couple of things. Some things may sound familiar, but we're going to review some of the things that we can keep in mind now that we are segueing into the fall and winter months. Over here, we have had Labor Day, okay? Over here in the States, Labor Day is a holiday that basically signifies and signals the end of summer. I know, that went very quickly. It seems like we just got into summer and now we're already about to prepare for fall and winter. But, that's how it goes. So the end of summer and the start of the colder months, meaning fall and winter. Now, I had someone reach out to me and ask me about my winter routine. And you guys know me, that I don't really change too much up. I pretty much keep the same routine, the same regimen all year round. But I figured now was a good time to at least update and keep everyone abreast and everyone on the same page as far as the fall and winter months and how we can maintain our hair and basically keep our tresses unstressed during the colder months. So without further ado and without further delay, we are going to get right to the tips I have today. Y'all following me? Okay. The tips that I have for fall and winter hair care. So let's go. Now, as we all know, the winter months, along with the colder weather, it can lead to dry hair. Yes, we already know it can lead to dry, brittle hair. So again, the key thing with this is moisture. Being that there's less moisture in the air and therefore it's more drying, we want to make sure that our moisture is maintained throughout our strands, which means, of course, employing moisturizing shampoos, conditioners, and you already know about the leave-in. We already know how I feel about leave-ins. Leave-ins are very important. So a good leave-in conditioner, as well as a lot of people like to up the ante a little bit and use hair masks. In other words, deep condition. I personally do not deep condition because it leaves my hair limp. But for a lot of people, especially those who are natural, deep conditioning is their key to maintaining stress-free hair during the winter and fall. And as well, you see the little beanie on my head? I am dressed for the occasion, okay? Just to give you a visual. I came prepared, honey. As well as it is a good idea to wear a hat. Now just stay with me for a second. Wearing a hat, of course, keeps you warm. It keeps all the heat in your body from escaping through your head, as well as it helps to protect your hair from the inclement weather. You know, like the rain and the snow that a lot of us get, and all the dryness and the windiness that can whip your hair back and forth. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So wearing a hat is actually a very good idea. Now, I will say wool hats, we want to be careful. Even though they're very warm, we want to be careful that if we do wear a wool hat, you want to wear some type of covering or a wool hat that has some type of lining, whether it be silk or satin, underneath it. That way you can protect your hair not only from the elements but also from the snags and the breakage that wool hats can cause. Now this particular beanie, this is not wool. This is like a cotton blend or something like that. I didn't really look it up, but it's not wool. But something like this is easy peasy, slap it on your head. Well, don't slap it, but calmly place it upon your head. And that way you can maintain your hair. And like I said, maintain your body heat when going out into the cold weather. And if you choose to cover your neck, which I definitely do during the winter months, I got to cover my neck. Otherwise, I get a scratchy throat and then I get sick, and I don't like being sick. I hate being sick. But if I do wear a scarf, I like to make sure that my hair is tucked away from the scarf, because my scarf, I don't want anything snagging my hair. So if I wrap myself up in a scarf, I make sure my hair's not down like this. This is a no-no. I can't, we ain't got time for this. So any woolen scarves or turtlenecks or coats, I like to keep my hair up and away from them. Or if you are so inclined, again, a silk scarf over your shoulders. A nice fashion scarf over your shoulders will help keep your hair protected from your wool sweaters or from your hair laying on your wool sweaters, and again, prevent breakage. Now, along with drier hair, we often have drier scalps to accompany the dry hair. We know that our skin can get a little dry, a little crackly, and your scalp is skin. So dry scalp can also be a concern during the winter months. So again, just to review, scalp massages, of course, that helps as well as your diet. You know that we stress your diet around here as far as what you eat and what you take in as far as your body. So not only having a good regimen for your outer, but also having an internal regimen as well that can maintain everything as far as your health, which includes your hair. So we want to be sure to stay on top of our omegas, you know, omega-3s and omega-rich foods, as well as vitamin E and vitamin D. Now, we normally get vitamin D from the sun, but being that, of course, during winter, the days are shorter, there's a little less sun to be had when you go outside. So it's best to stay on top of your vitamin D as well, which is very crucial and very beneficial to your health, as well as the growth and the health of your hair. And in addition to that, some people even employ humidifiers, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you to go out and run and spend a whole bunch of money on a humidifier. I'm just letting you know that that's one of the tips, that if you are looking to alleviate a lot of the dryness, especially in your home with the heat running and you coming in from outside and it's dry out there, it's dry in your home, it's just dry, 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 you may want to consider a little humidifier. It helps to add moisture to the air and therefore to your skin, your hair, and it can help alleviate my next thing, which is static. Now, you know, I had a whole thing going on with static and it wasn't even wintertime. So just imagine in the winter and you're wearing wool hats and wool this and wool that. That electric charge in the air gets to your hair. You look like you lifting up and flying away, or your hair is. I know all about that. All about that, honey. So with that being said, and humidifier can help with that, as well as we know, we just got on the bandwagon as for, well, I did. You know, some of y'all already been on the wagon. But wooden combs. Wooden combs help to eliminate and alleviate static in the hair. Because as we all know, taking off hats and coats and dealing with wools, that can help exacerbate and make the static even worse. So with that being said, wooden combs help with that, as well as a good moisturizer. So what I always use is, as far as a good moisturizer slash heat protectant, serums are the perfect go-to because they're light and they do not weigh down your hair. And they do the job as far as taming flyaways, taming frizz, that you can also get from dryness and all this that's going on in the wintertime, and helping to get static just a little less staticky, if you will, a little less active it will help with that. A lot of us, we like to, in the winter months, we like to go heavy, okay? Heavy on the creams, heavy on the moisturizers, heavy, heavy, heavy. But I will say, all of that can lead to, number 4, as far as an issue, is stiff and lifeless hair. So that's another reason why I like serums, because they're light. The serum really packs a punch without leaving your hair look like it's been punched on, you know, like lifeless and listless. Remember KISS, keep it simple. You know, we still on that, okay? We still on that. Hashtag KISS. And with that being said, instead of using a whole lot of products, I say go with less, okay? And more of the right products. So less number of products and more of the right products that are really going to get your hair and keep it in shape and maintain the moisture. So instead of adding all the oils and the creams and the this and the that, incorporating the right products throughout the steps of your regimen will give you an even better result and keep your hair full of life and joie de vivre, and add shine and luster to your hair. Because again, during these months and adding all this stuff, that can rob it of its shine, leave it looking dull and unresponsive. It's almost like you gotta do CPR on your hair because it's just laying there, ain't doing nothing. Yes, this combination of winter months and trying to compensate with a whole bunch of oils and stuff that weighs your hair down, that can lead your hair to looking and feeling just like that. So serums are very good, as well as little light oils. If you're into oils, you know that we went over jojoba. That's very good, as well as argan oil. Just something light to help to maintain your hair. Protective styles can often be a go-to for a lot of people where they don't even have to worry about it. Maybe they braid it up or they keep it in buns. But I do want to say, whatever protective style that you employ, make sure that you have access to your scalp, and make sure even in the protective style, you are able to maintain your hair. Because to a lot of people, protective means tucked away. And tucked away can often lead to neglect. Out of sight can be out of mind. And be sure not to employ protective styles for months and months and months on end. 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then get right back to it. You want to keep it clean. You want to keep it trimmed. Y'all know how I feel about trims. You want to keep it trimmed. You want to keep your scalp clean. You want to keep your scalp energized and stimulated. Again, this helps the health of your hair as well as the growth. It's all part of maintaining that ecosystem on top of your head. But basically maintaining a good schedule to keep on and stay on top of your hair. You know how bears hibernate in the winter? Their hair should not be hibernating in the winter. Okay? Now is the time to pay even a little bit more attention to your hair and keeping it, maintaining the moisture, making sure your scalp is happy, making sure that your hair is moisturized and happy. Stay on top of your hair and maintain the hair care regimen that you've kept in the prior months. You got to continue it on into the winter months. Which leads me to my last little point as far as, again, a lot of people like to tie their hair up, or they wear a lot of different, you know, warm clothing and this and that and so forth and so on. Your hair may get dry now and again and then staticky. And this can all lead to your hair being harder to handle. Again, with all of this, we want to maintain the moisture because that helps to mitigate any tangles and any breakage that we may come across. So we already know to detangle your hair, it is best to use a wide tooth comb. I just watched a video of a young lady and she used the tiniest, I mean the teeth were barely spaced apart, and she had natural hair and she's combing her hair with this teeny tiny comb, and it took a lot of her hair out. So again, I want to let everyone know, I know that most of us should know, but it's okay, we're going to repeat it. When you comb through your hair, whether you detangle or not, whether you're natural or relaxed, it is best to use a wide tooth comb. This is less stress on your hair, which leads to less breakage. So a wide tooth comb should be in everyone's arsenal as far as hair care. So in addition to a wide tooth comb, we know that we start from the ends on up, right? So we don't detangle from the middle and start on down. We don't start at the roots and then just power through it. You want to start from the ends on up. We want to take our time and make sure that we detangle from the bottom and work our way up to the top. And you know, all that works in partnership with having a good conditioner. And yes, I'm going to repeat myself, a good old leave-in. Again, this helps with the moisture, as well as trimming. Y'all know that I shout from the mountaintops as far as trims, because it helps to keep, that's right, split ends at bay, because split ends, that can lead to major breakage, which can lead to unruly hair. On top of everything else, it's just a recipe for disaster, okay? Now, during the winter months, we don't want a disaster. We don't want a disaster. You know what I'm saying? So let's not have a disaster. No winter disasters, no fall disasters, no disasters. Do you understand what I'm saying? During winter, let's keep up with our trims, okay? So I think we done did it. I think we done did it. We done went over all the little tidbits and all the little juicy tips as far as maintaining the fall and winter months, maintaining our hair. And again, some of this may have been familiar to some of you guys, but it's okay. Sometimes a little refresher can do us all a little good, well, a whole lot of good. So with that being said, I'm getting a little hot. So we're about to skedaddle. We're about to skedaddle. I think we can put a button on it. What do you think? I think we can, and I think we should. So with that being said, that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? I want to thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff. Honey, we got more stuff to talk about. So you gotta come back for that. So you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce dial. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back.